podcast.
Welcome, hello everybody. This is our second podcast, and we are still keeping in line with our theme about starting a business. And today we are going to be discussing how to actually start business. My name is Bridget, and my company is Shift One Degree. I work with particularly health professionals on how to develop their business through developing themselves. And tell me a bit about you.
I'm Dana, and I'm from Big Dot Consulting, which is a full marketing agency, basically helping you full marketing services in one place. Mainly my goal is to help small business to get to where they want to. And I think that's part of what the conversation is today. Because I want to give like a quick reminder of what we spoke last time.
So last time we spoke about getting out of your comfort zone, hence the reason we decided to do this, because this is out of our comfort zone. And we spoke about the SWOT analysis in relation to personal development, which is what I focus on, and into relation to, tell me about yours.
So I think like one of the main things we spoke about when you want to start your own business, there's a lot of thinking that you need to do and a process and a research that you need to do with yourself. For example, what I gave you guys as a homework, if you've done it or not, is the SWOT analysis, right? What's your strengths, what's your weaknesses, what's the threats and what the opportunities that you've got in order for you to know if you want to start the right business for you.
Good research. It's a good starting point to do a little bit of research. And today what we thought we'd focus on is goal setting and vision creation. The reason we wanted to discuss this today was because with vision, if you don't know where you want to go, then you end up kind of going nowhere.
Which is true. And also when you have a vision, so you know exactly what you're trying to achieve with your business. Mm-hmm. And you know exactly what's going to be aligned with yourself and your values. And I think that's very linked to what we spoke about last time. So if you chose the right business for you, and you actually did the research, so the vision will be aligned with it, and that's what's going to help you eventually to be a success. Because if you're just going to take, and I think that's something we also spoke about, you're going to take a business just because there's a business opportunity there, and you think, oh, like that's where I'm going to get lots of money. But bottom line, it's not aligned with your strengths or your or things like that, and it's not aligned with what you really want to do and what's your vision in life. You're not going to succeed. Because after a year or two, you're going to say, oh, you know what? Because when you start a business, we both can say it, it's a roller coaster. Like you're up, you're down, you always need to be. So when you've got the motivation and you know exactly what you want to do and you feel it from the inside, you will fight when you're in the down. And there's lots of downs.
Yeah, and I think with the vision, it's having the bigger picture in mind. So you put all these little things in place and you set these goals and you have short-term, medium, long-term goals, and life happens, you know. So sometimes you'll be going on. So if you think about it this way, if you get into an Uber and your Uber driver is taking you one way, suddenly the road's closed. You don't just kind of wait there for the next week until the road reopens. They'll find another route. And that's kind of the same thing as goal setting. You put these goals in place, things do happen, but it's about being flexible and finding another way.
It's also understanding yourself, right? Because even like, okay, so let's say I'm planning now a trip, right? And I want to do the garden route. And I just say, I want to drive from Cape Town to Joburg. I need to have a place on the way to stop. I cannot do it like straight away. I need to plan it right, my trip. Because you don't really drive the full hours all the time. You have the place to stop, to check yourself, to rest, to recalculate, to see what you want to do. And that's part of the
changes.
Exactly. Yep. So that's part of a business. And that's what we also really insist on the part of doing the research and understand yourself and learn yourself. Because you've got the two type of people, right? When you start a business, they can either like, and when you say like, okay, I got now into a roadblock. There's the type of people that we actually just stand and wait for someone to bring the solution.
Yeah, the road's broken.
Maybe it will happen like in half an hour. I'll wait and I'll see what's gonna happen. And some will be like, no, I'm not waiting. Okay, this is the situation. I know it's not gonna be sorted like in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I need to find a plan B. And then you find another shortcut. And that's part of it, right? When you start a business, learning yourself and coaching yourself. And that's something you can say from your side, how to deal with that part. Because it's easy for us a lot of times just to wait for someone. Like, it's not even in the business-wise. I think even if you look relationship-wise, you sometimes wait for the other side to do the move instead of you doing, because it's easy.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's links to the comfort zone. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I think also when you have this vision and you have to make these little changes along the way, because through trial and error, you get feedback, you do the research, and then from there you go, okay, so this is my bigger vision. However, maybe it's not the right platform, maybe it's not the right target market, maybe it's not the right country. There's so many different factors. Maybe I need to go online. But through all of that, you need the flexibility in order to then get to where you want to go without being too determined it's got to be that
But
way.
it is true, and that's why I also say, like, if someone's going to tell you that in marketing there's certain formulas that's going to work for you, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's a lot about like how you need to test and to try. What's working for one person not necessarily going to work for the other one, even if they're the same type of business, the same area. Because it's part of also what you bring from the inside, part of your personality. What do you bring into the table? And that's why, like, learn yourself, understand yourself. You decide what you want to do now. Decide on what's your vision. You maybe want to share what's your vision with your company.
Yeah, I want to transform the way that people in the health industry, particularly personal trainers, develop themselves to develop their business. Because one of the challenges that I really, really believe is that within the fitness industry, you can have an amazing career from 20, and I'm talking particularly personal trainers, from maybe 20 to maybe 45, possibly. And then you get to a point where physically your body's not as strong, mentally it's a bit challenging, and you get to a point you're like, okay, so what am I going to do now? And if you haven't got any other plans or any other vision or thought about where you're going forward, what are you going to do? So now you are 45, you've got a family, you've got responsibilities. What are you going to do? And I want to be that person that trainers can come to upskill themselves in order to get some clarity on where to now, because it can be very challenging within the fitness industry. That's just my belief.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
So the thing is that because I've got so many years of experience in marketing and in global marketing, so my vision for myself is to actually help small business and share my knowledge and help them, because I see a lot of the time that small business trying to do a lot as the big ones. And even the big ones not necessarily do things as the big ones. Because when marketing, you need to learn who's your target audience. There's a lot of learning to do and a lot of planning to do in order to have the right way to win them and to get to the results that you want. So my goal and my vision is eventually to help them to achieve, to give them as many tools as possible to help them achieve their goals. And to just share their knowledge and make it accessible.
Yeah,
make it more accessible. Because I realize that like there's not a lot of people that are willing to share that knowledge enough and help the small businesses. Someone that came with an experience like mine, I see a lot of mistakes that people do, and they just want to be everywhere. And I think it's just what we spoke about, like the jumping into the water. You don't just jump into the water. You need to plan, and planning is the key for success. Because if you're not planning right and just jumping, so you're making sometimes, so maybe
reactive.
It can work for you. It's like doing a lottery. I can put the numbers and maybe I win. Yay, so awesome. But if I haven't, so it's a loss of time, money, and things like that. And that's part of what you, like the way I say it, like just take some time down and just.
And I think, your vision's also very much in line with your own personal journey.
It is.
I think if you've gone through something yourself, I know because of my personal journey in the fitness industry, having gone through that, I looked at that and I thought, if I've gone through that, chances are other people are either going through it or have gone through it or will go through it. So either which way, your own pain very, very, very often is something that you can then help other people, that they don't have to go through that, because invariably you're not alone. If you've gone through something, you are not alone, right?
But that's the beauty in it, because every one of us went through something.
Yes.
Now, you can either look at that something and say, oh, I feel sorry for myself, or you actually take that something and pass it forward and help it with other people to deal with that situation.
Yeah.
And that's part of and again, you need to be aligned with what you really want to do, and that is part of your vision, and now how your business will be aligned with that. So when you want to start a business, okay, you decided first, yes, I want to start my business, cool. Can I start my own business? You check yourself, think, yes, I know I can. Now make sure that your vision is aligned with the type of business that you want to do and how you use, again, your strengths.
Yeah.
to that business. So that's what's going to help you to bring the added value to your business.
Because
And
also
make it, yeah.
from there you go into your goal setting. So if you know what your end vision is, then your goals, you do your short term, your medium, and your long term goals. And then those goals can be all encompassing. They can be your personal goals, your professional goals, which can cover all areas. So say you start with 10 goals, and those 10 goals could be a mixture of both personal, professional, and
most of the time it is a mix of
Yeah.
personal
They're entwined.
and business. Yeah, it is, because a lot of time when you want to do something with your business, you want to change something, unless it's like really just to increase sales, but as a goal. Yes, it's part of the goals, but it's not only. There's other goals that you can put up. Like, I want to impact other people's life. I want to empower other people's life.
And it's going to be broken down.
It is.
Because you got to go, okay, so what is the time frame? What is the date? So when I do personal development plans with clients, we sit down and we do the 10 goals, and we do the starting date, the weekly goal, the monthly goal, the annual goal, so that there's an accountability. So once a week, when you're having those sessions, there's that accountability. And the beautiful thing about accountability is nobody wants to show up having not done what they said they were going to go and do.
It is.
And that's why people have coaches. That's why people have personal trainers. That's why people have people in their lives where they are accountable, because they know they're going to have that weekly meeting and the person's going to go, right.
Someone is checking you out.
Exactly. What's happening with that goal? What happened with that? Did you manage to achieve that? Did that work out?
So that's a nice thing, because like on the life coaching side, you can put goals like on a weekly basis.
Yes.
In marketing, you less do it like that. You do it as per like you've got your main top goals, and then you've got the different milestones in a way that you check them. But you also have a goal to every type of activity you've done, right? Because you decided now you're going to do a campaign. So you will need to put a goal to the campaign. Like, what am I trying to achieve with that campaign? And then you check it. So it's not necessarily like on the weekly, but you still have something to check it up, and then you need to measure it. So that's part of the thing. When you set up a goal, it needs to be something measurable. So you need to be able to measure it.
How are your goals like in a marketing structure? So I say I'm a typical client and I come to you. How would that pan out? How would the structure work?
So it's depends on the type of business, but a lot of businesses, of course, that one of the main goals is to reach out to more people in order to get more sales, right? To get more income. Mm-hmm. So that's one type of goal, but there's a lot of different type of other goals. Like, I just want to create more awareness to my type of service. I just want to empower other people with my type of service.
How would stuff? Is there a measuring factor with that? So say I come to you, okay, and I say I'm a very unrealistic, crazy client, and I come to you and
so I'm going to tell you, let's take it a bit down. We can find something in between to work for us.
And I say to you, okay, right, so you are a marketing strategist. I want 20 new clients within the next 2 months.
So I'll give you an example. I've got a client of mine that she want to do an event. And just to bring people in to get a bit more exposure to her company and what she does. But automatically she's like jumping. You're new in the business and she want to have like lots of like, let's say 150 people to come. That's a lot of people for someone that just started a business. Unless you have a connection and you know how you can bring those people. You cannot commit an over jump. So you need to like, and that's part of like the goal. You need to be realistic. Like you cannot expect like, oh yeah, cool. What do you mean? I'm Beyonce. I'm gonna bring like 1 million people now to my next. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So that's what it's like your goals need to be. Your goals need to be very specific. You need to know exactly what's the goal. So it's very clear to you where you want to go. It's like when you put a destination.
Little bits.
Okay, so let's put now on Waze. I'm gonna put like on the GPS that I want to go to Cape Town. That's amazing. We're in Cape Town. I need to be more accurate. Okay, so now I'm saying in Cape Town, I say Claremont. Oh, wow. It's like a small place. Yeah. Like I need to be even more accurate. So
a road would do.
A road, like, a number, like a detail. So that's a part of it, right? Because when you put like a goal, it needs to be very specific and you need to be able to measure it. It needs to be realistic. I'm not gonna host now an event, so unless I've got like lots of money extra and I can allow myself to pay for the venue and all of that, and that's part of the planning. You need to understand this is the budget of God. I need to be realistic. How many people I can actually invite to that event? And yes, so I can aim even to 20 people. It's not a bad thing to do 20 people. It's not a bad thing. That's amazing even.
Yeah.
But like you get it 20 people. If you got even more than that, that's amazing. But you need to be realistic and you need to be able, even like in the end, to be able to measure it. Was it a success or not?
And not only measure it,
numbers.
but it also can't just be like a whole lot of like dreams. So you put all your goals down, and then what is the action that you need to take? So now you want to get 10 new clients. Okay, what are you going to do to make that happen? How do you plan on doing that? It's not just going to happen because you want it to happen. You need to go and make that happen.
If I'm going to sit like that, it's like
pray and hope. Yeah. So even though like that might help, unfortunately, it's not going to actually get you where you want to go. So the chances are you're going to have to put very clear actions in place. And that's also trial and error. Because you can try one thing, like some people go, oh man, I ran this event, it was amazing, I had this great feedback, I got these new clients. You might try exactly the same thing, but it might not be the right thing for you. So the action is very, very important. And that's why I think on the personal development side, I quite like the weekly check-in with the short-term goals, because it makes you aware very soon on whether or not you're on the right path. You don't want to keep doing something.
And that's what we said again, insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over again and you're expecting a different outcome. It's not going to change if you're not going to change something. And that's the nice thing when you actually have, like you said, like the short-term goal, right? So that's like use it as a milestone, okay? So I know, like I want to be a millionaire. I'm not going to get there like in a day, not even a year necessarily. I need to build it. But I have milestones in the way to check myself up, to see, okay, what have I achieved till now? Is it realistic what I told myself? Maybe I can find out that I wasn't. Okay, so you recalculate, and what are you going to do now? And that's the nice thing when you have someone like as a coaching or like a marketing consulting from both sides, they can actually help you and sit with you and guide you on the way. Because a lot of the time what we don't realize, it doesn't mean that you don't necessarily also have the knowledge. You can have the knowledge, but we are so deep into what we're doing that if you got someone from the outside to actually just stop and take a look at you and say, listen, it's good that that's what you want to do, but okay, now look at it, be realistic. You're stuck here. What are we going to do next? Where are we going to take it from here? And it's nice to have someone from the outside, right? Taking a look at it. Even like for my business, I'll ask my friends and people that in the industry, am I right? Am I wrong? Where do I stand? Because it's a nice way to get another point of view.
In addition to that, I refer to this as the voices in your head. And I actually Googled this because I wanted to do a blog on it. And it came up about psychosis and all sorts of things. So that's not what I mean. What I mean is there's that conversation. I might be alone in this. I'm assuming that I'm not. But you have these conversations. You have these conversations in your head where you have all these goals and you go, right, this is what I'm going to do. And then you have a little roadblock. And then suddenly that flipping knocks you off kilter and you go, but can I do this? And all this conversation goes on in your head, and you now
that's the roller coaster we spoke about.
Now you need to get out of that to look in, and that's why having a coach really, really does help, because that person's going to make you accountable. They're going to take up the emotion and look at it and go, yeah, okay, so that wasn't the right platform, or that wasn't the right target market, or whatever the case is, and get you back on track. But it's so easy
to get lost in it,
and to wallow in that, like, I call it the violin space as well, because you get the orchestra out, it's the victim, woe is me, life is so hard.
But you know what? Someone gave a nice example also with the spaghetti, right? When you make a spaghetti and you throw it on the wall. So some people just throw it like, if it stick, it stick. Cool.
Yes.
But that's not how you make it. Like you cannot come with just stick on the wall.
Yeah.
And again, that's the nice thing, and it's in everything. Like someone is a graphic designer, for example, and he's designing a logo for his own company. So he's got his own vision, but sometimes you actually need to get another point of view, see what other people see. So I'm, as a marketing person, even when I was working for global companies, I've always checked with other people, because I'm marketing. I know what I want to do. I have my own vision, right? But it's nice to get to someone else from procurement, from financial, from other places, to see another point of view and how they see and how they read the situation. That's why also when I spoke about the SWOT analysis last time, I did say, go ask your friends. See what they see as your strengths and weaknesses. It's always good to check it out. And it's always nice to have someone that just put you like a mirror in your face and say, okay, this is where you stop. This is why it's not moving. Let's sit and understand together. And that's on a personal side, and also on a business side. The fact that if you find a way, like, I think maybe also people don't feel, they maybe don't want to, and I don't know, you can say if you agree or not, to acknowledge that maybe they need some help. But the help is not from a bad thing. You're just looking for another perspective. So on a life coaching side, I think like also like, it doesn't mean that if I need a life coaching, so there's something wrong with you. I just maybe got to a place that I'm just driving on automatic. And I need to stop and say, wait, I need someone else to come and say, okay, listen, what are you trying to achieve? And just put me in the place and guide me. And it's the same on a business level side. It doesn't mean that you don't know what's right for your business. But sometimes, because even when you do a business and you're doing the same thing over and over again, you get to a place where you get stuck. And that's where someone from the outside come with another point of view, with another perspective, and just going to help you to see things in a different way. So it's not a bad thing to ask help. People need to learn. I'm learning to ask help, and it's not a bad thing.
It's also the realistic expectation, because in our minds, we write down these goals, we start putting things in action, and maybe it's been a month, maybe it's been 2 months, but it feels like it's been about 5 years. Because we've been so into it that it feels like a long time. But the reality is it's been such a short time, and our expectation is massive. And then we compare ourselves to people that have done incredibly well, but we haven't thought for a single second what they've gone through. And there's absolutely no one who is incredibly successful that hasn't gone through an incredible journey of challenge.
It is. And even people that jump, like I listen to a podcast about life events. And even the people that over there jump significantly and the income became huge now, they use help. Doesn't mean that they didn't know what they do. They just went to look for another perspective. They did some stuff, and most of the people there said that life events were not their thing, and they're so scared about it. But again, they did something outside of the comfort zone. So always push yourself. And if you're not able to push yourself, and that's part of learning yourself, so find the right person
to help you.
That will help you and to push yourself on the business level side, on the personal level side. Just find that person that can help you to push yourself and your business on the same time. I think that's one of the things when you want to start a business. So yes, what's my vision? Is it aligned with what my business that I want to do? And now set up goals. And the goals needs to be aligned with what I can do. And also it's good to have someone that will measure you for it, take you accountable for those goals.
The accountability factor is really important. Because it's very easy just to walk away and give up when things get too hard.
Very easy. I must admit, I've got my days that I'm like, really?
I know.
Am I doing it? Please. Maybe I should give up.
Yeah, I can relate to that completely. So if we had to just go and have an overall analysis of what we've done over the last 2 sessions, what's been very valuable is one of the feedback that we did receive was about making it half an hour instead of an hour, because we know your time is very precious and very, very valuable. And an hour is a long time, and we absolutely get that and respect that, which is why we've cut it down to half an hour. We still really, really want feedback. We would like some...
And as I say, it's a constructive feedback. We don't see your feedback as a bad thing. We're learning, and that's a key learning, and that's why we also collaborate, because we're learning also from each other.
Yeah. So if there's particular questions or challenges you have, maybe voices in your head,
or maybe you're not sure. You think okay, I know what I want to do. I have a vision to what I want to do in life.
Yep.
But I'm not sure what type of business is the right thing for me. So we can help you, guide you in that part, and it's part of the understanding. If you're setting up goals and you're not sure about the goals on a personal level side, on a business level side, we're here to help you with that, because it's very important. Because when you start a business, especially when it's a small business, if you don't have rich parents that can pour in the money in,
wouldn't that be great?
That would be amazing.
But we don't. So that's not the case with us. So if any of you do, that's great.
But you need to be able to say, and that's the realistic part of it. Okay, And
Yeah.
you need to be very accurate with everything you do. With the vision, with the type of business that you want to do. Can I do it? Can I not? Is it the right thing for me? And what's the goals? And make sure that we say they're very specific, very realistic. Be accountable to that. And it is something that you really want to be able to guide you and use it as a guideline. It's not the Bible. Not
Yeah.
everything you do and
No,
set
it's
yourself
not
is the
cross and
Bible. And
stone.
you're like, yes.
Yeah.
You can always say, okay, you know what? I can say when I actually stick to my vision, I'm still the same. But some people can say that they started with a certain vision, and
Yeah,
things happen in
I
life
actually
that
did.
change them.
I
Does it happen
did.
to
Yeah,
you?
I did. My
Maybe you should
vision.
share about it.
My vision initially with Shift One Degree was very much around business development for health professionals, particularly personal trainers. And as it's evolved, it's definitely steered more in the direction of personal development, because I believe that personal development is the starting point for business development. Because if you haven't developed yourself, it's very hard to develop your business. So in a way, mine kind of has changed. It's gone from personal development plan first and then into the business side. So the personal development is definitely something I feel very strongly about in relation to developing your business within the fitness industry.
And that's a nice example because, you know, and that's what we say, it's not the Bible. Like, it's fine for you
Yeah.
to change because you develop in time. You start a business, a lot of things can happen even like in a month.
Yes.
So basically, you always, and that's what we always say, put the milestones. Yes, you got like, so let's say on purpose, I'm going to take like we said, like the road kind of example. But if I want to go now from Cape Town to Joburg, I need to drive. Yes, I won't put it immediately in the GPS, right? It's not even going to get it. If I'm going to put a destination in Joburg. So I need to have my milestones. So, okay, so from here, I'm getting to, I don't know, just give an area. I don't know, let's say to PE. I'm getting there.
I wish I could give you some, and I'm thinking actually.
No, but
don't know
no,
that
so
route at all.
let's just go.
But you guys get the general gist. you know,
Yes,
that's-
so I'm saying
you know.
I'm getting there. Okay,
Milestones.
on the way, I'm going to different stuff that maybe gonna, you know what? I actually maybe even met someone, and I want to stay there even more before I go to Joburg. So I'm still, you know, you always need to check it up and build up, and that's
Yep.
flexible, and that's part of nice thing when you have someone that supports you in that. Then it can help you see the thing. Oh wow, okay, you met a person now, and you want to stop for more time. Is that the right thing for you? Not. Are you willing to take under consideration that it's gonna delay the process? Maybe it's gonna speed it up, and that's the nice thing. Like
Yeah.
you never know what's gonna happen, and
Absolutely. So we've got just a few more minutes, and if we could just recap on today. So the two things that is really good to focus on possibly before. So next week we're going to do the normal Tuesday. We couldn't this week.
my fault.
Well, no, not her fault, but she was in Joburg, so it was just
That's how I'm
didn't-
stuck with the Joburg game.
It just kind of didn't make sense, so that's why we did that. But we are going to keep it to the Tuesday. Life does happen, so there might be times we do change it. We will let you know. Otherwise, it's going to be on the Tuesday at 10:30. And sorry, 11 o'clock. My apologies for that.
10:30 is our planning. For
Yeah,
this.
that's our planning. And we are going to keep it to half an hour. And so, to just recap on today, create your vision, make a decision on where you want to go and what you want to create with that, and then put goals in place. Maybe you start by doing your short, medium, long-term goals. Write down 10 goals you've got that get you that much closer towards your vision. And then in the interim, if you do have a particular topic you would like us to discuss in relation to starting a business around personal development or marketing strategy, let us know. And we're very open
So
to...
just feel free to DM us the direct message and ask the question. But also so as we said, the topic is, so how do I start a business? So we started, and as we said, when you start a business, there's a lot of planning around it.
Yeah.
And planning is something very generic. There's so many subjects that falls in between. So we're going to speak about how do I start a business for a while. And as part of it is the planning side. So today we spoke about the vision part of it because as we said, it needs to be aligned with eventually your business purpose and to make sure it's aligned with that. We did speak about setting up the goals, and we're just going to keep on moving on step by step on how you get to the business as you want it to be and to make it a success. Because as we said, don't just jump into the water. If you're jumping, you're missing out on the process. So yeah, maybe you will succeed, but it's going to be a short success. It's not going to be something sustained for the long term. If you
Yeah.
want to build something for the long term, and it's fine, it doesn't work for everyone. Some people will just want to do a business that's going to be like a quick win and go. They can either lose or win. It's part of it. And that's how we're going to move and help you go through step by step.
Yeah, and next week we're going to be covering more about, do I go into a partnership? Do I go on my own? Where do
That's
I
a very
work
important
from?
thing to do.
Where should I be based? And I'm going to be online. Those are the sort of topics that we will be covering next week. So just in line with our overall topic of starting a business and how to start it. And so thank you everybody for
And
your
if you've
time.
got a certain, by the way, subject, a topic that you want us to speak about,
Yeah.
feel free to just
Let
message
us
us
know.
and we're going to edit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you everybody.
Thank you. Have a lovely
Have a good
day. And it's
Good
almost
day
weekend,
and,
no?
yeah, and a good rest of the week. Bye.
Bye.